Hello and welcome! Silrace here with Build Showcase. Build on your screen right there, pause the video if you wish to copy the exact build. Main components are also listed in the description below. At the time of this, I have finished the elite pilot skills on the Lynx. So if you do not have basics and elite, you will see a little bit less of performance from your Lynx than you're seeing in this footage. Also note that no modules are in use for making this video, and so if you have the modules to put in, you will obviously get that bit of an extra performance out of it. Now this is built on Lynx B. Well, that's what I have built it on, but due to the clan technology, if you don't have Lynx B, you can still basically make this exact same build on any Lynx. I just happen to have it built on Lynx B. Now, this is a build I don't claim to be overly awesome. I just don't do that. I play also fun builds, as people know, and for me this was fun and hilarious. Not overly effective, not crazy awesome, and definitely nothing to do with the meta game or whatever. I mean, 2 small lasers and a clan Streak6. Clan Streak6 takes a whole lot of tonnage out of a 25-ton mech. However, it does allow you to do all sorts of funky things to light mechs, and also to everything else as well. As in, you find a lock. Hopefully you are given that target by somebody else on your team, as you can see me doing here. I am waiting my team to go in first, essentially. I don't want to be the main target of fire. I just want to have myself a lock and then charge in there, fire missiles and run away. Because of the long cooldown of Clan Streak6, you don't want to get stuck in a protracted combat of trying to circle somebody to death. It just doesn't work with this build. There are going to be games with this build where you will get very little done. Either you get unlucky or you actually have to try to duel another light mech and you probably end up losing. But you can also do quite a bit of work with it if you run around with your team. This game works very well if you can run around with a pack of light mechs. Then this build really shines, but that's not always the case when you're playing solo quick play. It doesn't always happen that way. So yeah, stay away from Stormcrows. That's a personal thing. I didn't see what that Stormcrow had on it, but for example this kind of a fight. It's an Oxide with SRM4s. Okay, I'm willing to take this fight, right? And I have a teammate distracting them, so I went into hiding, and here I am a little bit too much in their way, so let's go high, right? Let the team do its stuff. Don't be afraid of taking a little bit of fire. You are a fast light mech, you can usually take a little bit of fire and get away with it. But here is a good example. I already had that lock thanks to a teammate. Come around the corner with the lock all still intact, fire away, and you know, continue moving to get into next piece of cover, because the reload time, the cooldown on the Clan Streak6 is so bloody long. And that's that, right? That is that. Light mechs, obvious food for this build. As mentioned, Streak6s do very good work against light mechs, so here I'm chasing a low cost, right? Okay, Firestarter, another good example of a target to shoot at. Very good example. At this point the game is basically well padded and done with, so let's move on to the next game, huh? Let's move on over there.
Target destroyed.
For a second game, I have a treat for you. Terra Firma does not get played much. Now with the map voting system and everything else, people hating this map, So when I land on a rare map like this, I always record the match. Simply because it's a rare map, and so forth. Terra Firma is a very hot map. Unlike the Frozen City as the first game was, this is a very hot map. But for a build like this, which, you know, with the guns it has, it doesn't really care if the map is hot or not. It doesn't. And if you take a look at what I'm doing down here, well, this is a fast light mech with jump jets, so coming down here is a good idea. Because you can avoid enemy fire, you can do some actual scouting, give information to your teammates, you can do all sorts of things from down here when you have jump jets and when you are quick, right?
Target acquired.
Also, you saw the damage numbers at the end of the first game,
acquired.
at the end of that Frozen City game. I didn't do too much. When your team does a lot of work for you and your, well, game goes well for your team, so let's put it that way. It's a fast game and so forth. You don't get too much done with this particular mech. Your main gun has a long cooldown. I'm talking about the Streak6 obviously, and so forth. It just doesn't get all that crazy much done, right? Now, when it's a protracted game, which drags on for a while, that completely changes. Because the long cooldown obviously means you have to do this sort of a strike thing, where you go in, get out, go in, get out, so on and on. And so, protracted combats, long engagements, they work for this mech very well. I did a little bit of hiding. Hopefully people forget that I was down here, and then it is time to go, right? Let's do a little bit of scouting for the team. Team is all bottled up in one location. Let's try to show them where all the enemies are. Well, not necessarily all of them, because I don't want to really run into all of them. Something with big alpha, if they manage to land that alpha, they probably, you know, destroy me entirely. But find a couple enemies, give out their locations, so forth. For example, let's say I go in there and find that Jaeger mech from behind. Jaeger. Well, that could work. But my team has now pushed in here, so that's why I turned left and went in here and so forth. Is a Timberwolf, right? Timberwolf who decides to shoot at the Lynx for some odd reason, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Now it's a dead Timberwolf, because it decided to shoot at me instead of the actual threats coming at it. Okay, that's a whole lot of stuff down there, right? But there you saw the typical thing which I spoke about. Let somebody else give you the target. So I let somebody else give me the target on the Timberwolf. I had that Timberwolf locked, and I fired the missiles, right? Here the same way. Stalker is now locked. I could jump jet and shoot, but this guy comes up. So let's not do that, and instead let him have somebody else do the locking. And well, here I can hang around and shoot still. You know, nobody was shooting at me, so I am willing to be part of the actual firing line. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. And Wolverine down there, something back there. Let's help out the team with a fast mech. Get after the fast mechs. Fast mechs are where your streaks do the most work, essentially. Because they do, after all, chase after that mech. And so forth, and that's where we get on things. Now, that one became a stick, so there was no real reason to kill it off. But since it was still hanging around, well, it got killed off. Right? Hang around, Gargoyle is still on that side, all on its lonesome self. I mean, Gargoyle is not necessarily a mech you wanna go try to 1v1 with this particular build. There aren't that many mechs which you want to 1v1. You really want to go in, get out. Go in, get out. If you have been looking at my movements for the most part, that's essentially what I've been trying to do with absolutely everything. Even with, well, even with the Direwolf, where I stood around and fired at it for a bit, even then, it was more of like, go in, get out, go in, get out. Except I stood there, and if he had started turning my way, I would definitely have gotten out. Right? Okay, so the gargoyle is down there. Hello, gargoyle. I'll put a couple missiles your way and then pass by. Right? The whole
New target
get in,
acquired.
get out business. So do a drive-by shooting or walk-by or run-by shooting, whatever it is on this particular thing which has legs and so forth. Something is still down there. That's probably Griffin, right? Now it's a Thunderbolt which is down there. All right.
Target spotted.
All right. That's fine. Let the Thunderbolt be there. People can shoot it to shreds and then it's in pieces. But as you can see, from the actual stuff I've been able to do in this game, game is a little bit more protracted combat and so forth, and well, I can do more essentially because of that long cooldown on the Streak 6. I can do more, and now with the blackjack and everything pushing in, I am welcome to go, or well, not welcome necessarily, but willing to go after this wolf hunter. Willing to go after it. Don't want to do it alone. Don't do it alone with this build. But when somebody else is chasing, you go in. And there you also saw the little bit of an issue with letting somebody else get the target for you to have the lock before you get around the corner, because the line of sight is broken, so lost the target. And now game has taken on so much, and this guy is such a strange build that I am going to go out here to try and fight him out, right? I mean, if you look at his build, he has a little bit of a harder time aiming at a kind of a fast-moving, kind of a nimble mech. That's what Lynx is. It's a fast-moving, nimble mech, which can do a whole lot of work because of that speed. Another reason at the end to mention for actually putting streaks on Lynx is because it comes installed with a GLAN active probe. Right away, you don't need to put one in to get rid of ECMs and whatnot. It comes already built in. But this game is done. Thank you very much for watching.